that boy Bud. Well, it looks like the end of an era. The WBC has ruled that Terence Crawford, no longer the welterweight WBC champion of the world. Instead, he has been made the champion in recess. That's what we're going to talk about. First, make sure you guys follow me. I'm trying to get to 70,000 on the page. Very simple steps. Link in the description. At BOXINGEGO1 on Threads, at BOXINGEGO1 on Instagram. All your boxing news in convenient packages. This ain't just a YouTube thing. We're everywhere. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Now, let me talk about Terence Crawford. He got an upcoming fight with Madrimov. You guys see this graphic I made? Terence Crawford is named the WBC champion in recess. Now, I know some people, they're scratching their head. They're saying, Boxing Ego, Terence Crawford was undisputed at welterweight. What does this mean? Let me explain to you what this means. So right now I'm on the WBC's official Instagram page. Terence Crawford, breaking news, WBC champion in recess. Terence Crawford now WBC welterweight champion in recess. WBC Board of Governors has voted in favor to accept our proud WBC welterweight champion, Terence Crawford, to be placed as champion in recess in the welterweight division. Terence Crawford conquered the WBC welterweight championship with spectacular performance, knocking out previously undefeated Errol Spence July 29th, 2023, last year. Crawford will fight on August 3rd at the BMO Stadium, Los Angeles, stacked card in the debut promotion of Riyadh season in the United States. His upcoming fight will be at super welterweight against Israel Madrimov, right? The WBC board also voted in favor of officially sanctioning Crawford versus Madrimov as the final elimination bout for the mandatory position in the super welterweight division. Terence Crawford will inform the WBC which division he wishes to compete after the August fight. Boom. So hopefully you guys understand what's going on. If not, stay tuned to the end of the video. I will continue to cook. Terence Crawford is fighting in a new weight class, 154. He beat Errol Spence fair and square, nabbed the WBC belt, but since he's moving out of the welterweight division to fight Israel Madrimov for the WBA belt, which is Madrimov won earlier this year in a vacancy. They're gonna make him the champion in recess, and then after that fight, Crawford must decide, is he gonna stay at 54 or is he gonna move back down to welterweight, you know? So basically they're kind of holding Crawford's spot until August, and then he can check out this new weight class, see if he beats Madrimov, see if he earns the WBA belt. And I'm not Terence Crawford, but I'll just give you my 2 cents. If Crawford loses, maybe that's the only way that he would consider going back down to welterweight, in my opinion. If he beats Madrimov, and I don't know what the sports book is, I don't know what the odds are, but if he beats him, I think he's going to continue to try to reign in the 154-pound division. There's nothing confirmed on this. This is Boxing Ego, aka Ego's opinion. I don't know. Crawford's is a grown man. He has to basically feel how he feels at the weight, see how he feels at the weight, and I think that's going to determine his next move. If he feels great, then he'll probably stay and try to get multiple belts at 54 and give himself a break. Now, I got my fight prediction wrong when it comes to Crawford versus Errol Spence, Crawford. I picked Errol Spence. I was wrong. There's other things I could say, but I'll leave that for another video. One thing that I was stressing is in the fight for the Errol Spence fight, the fight week, to me, Crawford looked like that weight cut was hard on him. And I had never seen Crawford look like he had ever struggled for a weight cut. And I think so many people focused on my prediction being wrong, which it was, and me picking the wrong guy, that they didn't realize some of my other reads were accurate. Like Crawford, I truly still think he struggled to make the 47, but he put it together, had the Eminem walkout and made it do what it do, beat Errol Spence Jr. But I think that kind of goes without saying that weight cut was brutal and was pretty hard, because his face was showing it, and now he's moving up to 154. Personally, I think if everything goes well with Madrimov, I think he'll stay at 54, but that's his option. You know, he can decide what he wants to do. Champion in recess, he basically has to then notify the WBC what he plans to do thereafter. And likely, as I said in my caption, again, that's why you guys got to follow me on all social medias. Mario Barrios is the guy who just won the interim WBC belt at welterweight. He just fought against Maidana's brother, Fabian Maidana. So what I think will happen, what I believe, is that Terence Crawford, if all goes well, in August 3rd, stat card, Riyadh season, I believe Crawford will stay at 54 if he likes to wait. And again, if it goes well, then that's only one fight. Why would you move back down to 47? And then most likely Mario Barrios will be elevated to the full champion if Crawford decides to make his residence at 54 permanent. And then he'll not be the champion in recess. He'll just be a guy who's eligible for the WBC belt, because the Madrimov, as I mentioned earlier in this video, they're making that for an eliminator. So I want to give you guys the latest of what's going on. That's what it is for Terence Crawford. I did a Weight Watchers video. Make sure you check that out on the channel. He looks like he's definitely taking it serious. He's always a gym rat. You never really got to worry about Crawford training. He always seems like that's just part of his DNA. So he's moving up to 54. Follow my social medias for all things boxing. I will keep you informed of what's going on, but that's the latest Crawford champion in recess, and we'll see how he feels in the fight in August.